What's up everyone, Justin with G2Gapple here. Welcome to another episode of Holiday Tech Gift Guide 2012, and today I will be talking about tablets. So there are two major things you have to consider when purchasing a tablet. First off is the operating system, whether you like an iOS or Android operating system. And secondly is the size of the tablet, whether you would like a 7 or 8 inch tablet or a 9 or 10 inch larger tablet. And of course, price is also one of the things you must consider before you're purchasing a tablet. So starting out with the smaller budget tablets, the Google Nexus 7 is probably the best choice in terms of a budget tablet. It will cost you $199 for a 16GB model and $259 for a 32GB model. And although the Amazon Kindle Fire HD is the same price, same starting price, I do have to recommend the Nexus 7 over it due to the fact that it is a more powerful tablet and in my opinion a better all-round tablet. So the Google Nexus 7 features a 7-inch 1280 by 800 216 ppi HD IPS display. The quality is just very good, better than the iPad mini of course, and the overall pixel density and everything on this display looks great, especially for its very low price. Since this is a Nexus device, it also runs the latest and greatest Android 4.2 operating system. It's powered by an NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processor, 1GB of RAM, and it also has a 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera and a mini USB connector, but unfortunately there isn't a rear-facing camera. The Nexus 7 in a way is a little bit different from the iPad mini because it's more like a portrait device, a device that you'd hold in kind of like a portrait mode instead of a landscape mode. You still can't use it in landscape mode, but it's kind of seemed to be more in terms of the form factor for a portrait mode. Moving on, let's go ahead and talk about the iPad mini. The iPad mini starts out at $329 and it comes in a 16, 32, and 64GB models, and it also is available in 4G LTE models as well. It has a 7.9-inch 1024 by 768 resolution display with a 163 ppi, which is not Retina quality, so the Nexus 7 display is better. And it has iOS 6 operating system. It's powered by an Apple A5 dual-core processor with 500 megabytes of RAM. It has a 720p 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera and a 5 megapixel 1080p video recording rear-facing camera, and has Apple's new Lightning dock connector. Now moving on to larger tablets, the Google Nexus 10 is probably the best option for an Android tablet. It starts out at $399 for a 16GB model, and it is also available in a 32GB model. And I have to say, in terms of the value and everything, this was almost head-to-head with the iPad 4, which is about $100 more. So I definitely recommend the Nexus 10 for any Android lover. The Nexus 10 has a 10.1-inch 2560 by 1600 300 ppi display, which is just beautiful. And it is 16:9 ratio, so you have some full screen videos, another thing that the iPad mini and the iPad 4 doesn't have. It runs the newest Android 4.2 operating system. It has an Exynos 5 processor, 2GB of built-in RAM, a 1.9 megapixel front-facing camera, and a 5 megapixel rear-facing camera, but hands down the iPad cameras are much better. It also has a 9,000 milliamp battery, which is just huge. So overall, the Nexus 10, even though it just came out from the test, it seems to be a very promising device, perhaps one of the best tablets on the market right now, kind of taking over the space of the Asus Transformer Prime that was very popular pretty much all the way up until the Nexus devices came out. Moving on to the iPad 4. The iPad 4 starts out at $499.99. It is once again available in a 16, 32, and 64GB configurations, and 4G LTE models are also available. It has a 9.7-inch 2048 by 1536 resolution Retina display, a very beautiful color-calibrated display. The colors, everything pop. You cannot see the pixels with the naked eye. Definitely a very beautiful display. Very close, if not the Nexus 10 having a better display, but overall the quality of the displays are very close. It runs Apple's iOS 6 operating system, obviously. It's powered by an A6X dual-core processor with quad-core graphics. So Apple does claim that the iPad 4 is 2 times faster in terms of regular processing and graphics processing than the iPad 3. And it also has a 1.2 megapixel 720p video recording front-facing camera and a 5 megapixel 1080p video recording rear-facing camera. It once again has Apple's new Lightning dock connector. So the iPad 4 is something that a lot of people didn't think would actually come out, including me. But if you would still like to purchase something like the iPad 3, you don't really need the lightning dock connector or the better cameras and the double the speed, the iPad 3 is still a very, very fast device without a doubt. And you should be able to get it at a really discounted price, refurbished from Apple, which is really, really great. It's definitely a good option to consider. So in the end, it really comes down to budget, whether you would like a small or large tablet. But for the regular consumer, the decision you'll probably be making is which operating system you would like. Android has more customizability, hands down, and iPad really just has like a better, simpler user interface that is more easier to use for most people. And one thing's the biggest selling point for me actually, I was about to actually go buy the Nexus 10 or the Nexus 7, was the fact that Apple has tablet optimized apps, while Nexus just pretty much runs scaled up Android mobile apps, which is probably one of the big downsides for me. So iOS just gives you a really simple experience, while Android just gives you a much more customizable experience, and the fact that the devices are $100 or more cheaper than the competing Apple devices. So thanks for watching, guys. This is just another episode of Holiday Tech Gift Guide 2012. Stay tuned for more, guys. Subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video.